I Wish I Had One More Day by Charlotte Wilson, read by Joe Brand. Do you believe in ghosts? Maybe you think they're just made up stories for humans to believe in, or that they do exist. Either way, this story is something else when it comes to ghosts. Lucas, an 8-year-old boy, and his parents had just moved into a new house. They pulled into the driveway for the first time and examined the house. When they looked up at the lonely building, Lucas thought he saw something in the window, but he shook it off. It must be because it's a new house. I'm imagining things, he thought to himself. They opened the doors to their new house and began settling in. Lucas was very excited to explore the eerie building. His mother told him not to go into the attic, though, as it was dangerous up there. After they had finished dinner that night, Lucas got into the shower. The shower had made the mirror steam up, and slowly something was being written into it. Lucas was getting out of the shower when he noticed the words, "I wish I had one more day," were being written into the steam. He was very startled by this and quickly ran to his room to get dressed. He tried to forget what had happened and carried on with his evening. The very next day he noticed that his toys had been moved around. His teddy was now at the end of his bed and his car display was on the east side of his room. Lucas went downstairs to eat breakfast and asked his parents, "Did you move my toys around the bedroom?" "We haven't touched your toys, son," replied his dad. "Maybe you moved them and forgot about it," said his mum. "That's odd," he mumbled quietly to himself. As he placed his dish and cutlery by the sink, his parents left to go and watch television. Suddenly the spoon moved. Ever so slowly it fell off the counter. Lucas let out a small cry of horror and quickly picked it up. Strange things were happening in this house, and Lucas didn't like it. Every time he showered, the words, "I wish I had one more day," would appear in the mirror. Those words would also appear carved into wood and trees around the area. Even stones would spell it out. By this time, Lucas had explored every room on the first and second story of his house. One night, Lucas heard something by his door. He slowly sat up in bed and saw his door was open. He got up and looked out to see something golden disappear around the corner. He chased it down the hallway and stopped suddenly. There was an open door that led to the attic. Calmly he went through the door and up the stairs. He walked into the dark, empty attic and carefully placed his feet on the wooden floor. His mother had warned him that the wood was extremely delicate. Something in the back corner caught his eye. There was a chest. It was very small and could only fit a stack of paper inside, but he wanted to go and get it. Lucas carefully walked over to the chest and lifted the lid up. There was a letter inside. All over the chest there was the sentence, "I wish I had one more day." This must be the reason for the ghostly haunting, Lucas exclaimed to himself. He read the envelope and discovered that it was a love letter to someone. It was written by a girl named Isabel who lived in this house before Lucas did. The people selling the house told him that she had died mysteriously, and others said this house was haunted by her ghost. Once again there was that sentence being written into the wooden floor, but this time there was a girl. She had silky blonde hair and a beautiful face. She wore a white gown and mumbled, "I wish I had one more day to deliver the letter." The next day, Lucas put the letter into the post box, which Isabel had been unable to do. Once again he saw her ghost, but this time on the driveway. She was headed towards the gate, and as she walked away, the sun shined on her hair like liquid gold. The last words he heard were "thank you," and she was gone. There were no more hauntings in the house, and Lucas would always remember his experience in the haunted house. The end.